Good evening. Nothing can dim the light that shines from within. Welcome to BMC News Live in English, brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers. I am Vinod Narayanan, joining you with the daily news updates. Today's headlines.
Loan proposal for new government housing beneficiaries. His Majesty the King on official visit to Saudi Arabia. Action taken against pharmacies selling unapproved rapid test kits. Indian student killed in Russia-Ukraine conflict. Abu Dhabi Crown Prince discussed Ukraine crisis with Russian President.
News in detail. Loan proposal for new government housing beneficiaries. Families moving into new government properties could be granted a BD 3,000 loan to help them cover the cost of furnishing their homes and buying household appliances. If MPs have their way, Parliament chaired by Speaker Fawzia Zainal unanimously approved an urgent proposal by the 5 MPs led by Allah Saleh Block President and Services Committee Chairman Ahmed Al Ansari to have the money absorbed within the 30-year installments for the social housing unit, ensuring the increased amount in monthly payments would not pave too huge a burden on their budgets. His Majesty the King on official visit to Saudi Arabia. His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa left for Saudi Arabia today on an official visit. His Majesty King Hamad will hold talks with the custodian of the 2 holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, on the historic relations between the 2 kingdoms, the situation in the region, and on the latest regional and international developments. Action taken against pharmacies selling unapproved rapid test kits. Legal action has been taken against pharmacies that allegedly smuggled unapproved COVID-19 rapid antigen testing kits into the country. At least 5 types of illegal kits have been withdrawn from the Bahrain market by the National Health Regulatory Authority. Financial and commercial specialized judges swear oaths to adjudicate disputes in English. Following the recent amendment of the Bahraini Judicial Authority law, 9 judges swore legal oaths enabling the conduct of national court proceedings in English. The internationally recognized judges are specialized in financial and commercial disputes. This pioneering initiative enhances the adjudication of disputes before the national courts that relate to the diverse fields of national and international contractual relationships such as commerce, the working of companies, banks, financial institutions, as well as trademarks, intellectual property rights, maritime and aviation, in addition to construction. With the appointment of these internationally renowned judges, access to justice is amplified through the conduct of litigation in English in line with the language of the transactions. This will alleviate translation challenges as well as decrease litigation costs and increase the speedy resolution of disputes while ensuring the issuance of judgments in accordance with international best practice. These financial and commercial disputes will be adjudicated in English if the parties agree and the contract relevant to the dispute is not in Arabic. The judges appointed have internationally recognized legal expertise in the field of financial, commercial, and investment dispute resolution. This contributes to strengthening Bahrain's position as a financial hub that houses the best human resources and provides a business-friendly environment enabling sustainable growth and prosperity. Book highlights His Royal Highness Crown Prince and Prime Minister's successful economic diplomacy. The First Division Salman book, published recently by the Bahrain Center for Strategic, International and Energy Studies, provides an in-depth analysis of the personality and career of His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, who has assumed national responsibilities since his early childhood. The publication of the episodes of the chapters of the book aims to enrich the national memory and to provide an opportunity to the public to learn about the national approach of Bahraini statesmen so that they draw lessons from their experiences and role in formulating the principles and values of national and development work in the kingdom. The chapter shed light on the long-standing solid relations between Bahrain and Saudi Arabia, the kingdom's strategic depth, and the steady progress of cooperation between the two brotherly countries across all economic cooperation fields. Bahrain attends workshop on judicial cooperation. The Ministry of Justice, Islamic Affairs and Endowment took part in a workshop spotlighting judicial cooperation with the European Union. Implementation Director Jassim Hassan Bahmoud and Advisor Mohammad Jamal Sultan attended the event, which was hosted by the GCC General Secretariat at its headquarters in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Public prosecutors, GCC officials, European Union representatives and high-level experts participated in the workshop, which discussed aspects of cooperation between the European Union and the GCC in the field of penal justice, including the establishment of a specialized electronic portal. General Director of Schools Affairs heads Bahrain's delegation to the session of strategic dialogue with the US. General Director of Schools Affairs at the Ministry of Education, Dr. Mohammed Mubarak bin Ahmed, led Bahrain's delegation to the second session of strategic dialogue with the United States. The session, which was held remotely, was coordinated with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in the Kingdom of Bahrain. A number of officials and representatives of government entities attended the webinar, which discussed key issues of mutual interest. Embassy called to try networking sites. The Russian embassy in Bahrain yesterday urged citizens and residents of the kingdom to subscribe to special networking sites that offer a high level of personal data protection. An advisory called on people in Bahrain to sign up to its accounts on messaging apps, Telegram and VK, a Russian social networking service. Today's COVID updates.
COVID updates brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers.
Around 70% drop in COVID-19 infections in Bahrain. With 46 COVID-19 deaths reported last month in Bahrain, the number of deaths in the third wave of infection has witnessed an increase despite the COVID curve flattening during the same period. Generally, the flattening of the COVID curve is associated with the stabilization of deaths as well as hospitalization numbers. Indian student killed in Russia-Ukraine conflict. An Indian student lost his life in the Russian shelling in Ukraine yesterday morning. The student from the Indian state of Karnataka died when Russian soldiers blew up a government building on Tuesday. He had gone out for food when he got caught up in the airstrike. In Kharkiv, Ukraine's second largest city, videos showed extensive damage from the Russian military assault. One video showed the city's largest government building blown up. A latest update. Leave Kharkiv immediately. Proceed on foot. India's advisory. India sent an urgent appeal to all its nationals in Kharkiv, asking them to leave immediately as Russian action intensified in Ukraine's second largest city. In back-to-back tweets on all caps, the Indian embassy, which had to stop operations in Ukraine capital Kiev yesterday, said Indians should reach the towns of Pisokhin, Babai or Basiludokawa latest by 6 p.m. local time, that is 9:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time, on foot if need be. The closest town, Pisokhin, is 11 kilometers away, a distance students have argued is impossible to cover on foot because of the heavy shelling. A second advisory underscored the urgency, saying for their own safety and security, they must leave Kharkiv immediately, repeat immediately, in the light of the deteriorating situation. Another recent update. A flight chartered by the government of Kerala carrying students from Ukraine is expected to land in Cochin Airport soon. Norca has arranged private vehicles to help the students to reach their final destinations in different locations of Kerala. Now we will be back after a very short break.
The 16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahala. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination.
Welcome back. Abu Dhabi Crown Prince discusses Ukraine crisis with Russian President. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi, discussed over phone with the Russian President Vladimir Putin a number of regional and international issues. During the call, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed was briefed about the latest developments, the bilateral relations between the two countries and the energy market developments in light of Russian cooperation with the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, and the importance to maintain the energy market stability were also discussed. Sheikh Mohammed was also briefed by the Russian president on the developments in Ukraine. Sheikh Mohammed stressed the need for a peaceful solution to the crisis in a way that maintains the interests and national security of all parties. His Highness emphasized that the UAE will continue its coordination with the concerned parties in order to help find a sustainable political solution to the ongoing crisis. Saudi Arabia rejects regulation for cooperation with foreign universities. The Shura Council rejected on Monday a draft regulation pertaining to clinching agreements for scientific and technical cooperation and memoranda of understanding with foreign universities and institutions. The Council's decision is based on the recommendation of a Shura committee that came to the conclusion that the move will result in the loss of financial rights of Saudi universities. UAE Culture Ministry launches UAE Reading Month 2022. The Ministry of Culture and Youth announced earlier today the launch of the Reading Month 2022 under the slogan UAE Reads. The Reading Month embodies the national vision to prepare a generation of readers and establish the UAE as a culture and knowledge hub. The UAE celebrates the Reading Month every March in accordance with the Cabinet's decision. As part of its initiative, the Ministry of Culture and Youth, along with its federal and local partners, executes a months-long program to foster a knowledge-based society. Emirates News Agency reported the initiative aims to establish reading as a habit among 50% of Emirati adults and 80% of school students by the year 2026. Sydney braces for flash floods as rain disaster moves south. Sydney was preparing on Wednesday for dangerous flash flooding as population centers farther north began a massive cleanup operation after record floods that have claimed at least 14 lives along Australia's east coast in recent days. The torrential rain, as much as 20 centimeters, is forecasted for Australia's largest city and surrounding areas late Wednesday and early Thursday, Australia's Bureau of Meteorology said, the Associated Press reported. With that, we come to the end of today's news. Stay tuned for daily news updates in BMC News Live English at 7:30 p.m. every day. I am Vinod Narayanan signing off from BMC News Live. Good night.